Welcome to the Terrible Take, a daily segment telling Steelers Nation what's on our mind. I'm Bryan. The Pittsburgh Steelers just recently completed their quarterback pro day tour that included them checking in on top quarterbacks Kenny Pickett, Malik Willis, Matt Corral, Desmond Ridder, and Sam Howell. With those key college visits now out of the way, and combined with the fact that the team seems definitely poised to draft a quarterback this year, speculation will really start ramping up as to which one of those five might just wind up being the team's first-round draft pick this year. As to which quarterback might be the main apple of the Steelers' collective eye at this point, it's really hard to say. My guess is that it's Willis, but that's just me. Regardless of which player is the apple of the Steelers' eye at the quarterback position this year, if any, I would expect them to show some conviction in that when it comes to the first round of the draft. What do I mean by that? Well, if they really like one of these quarterbacks in this year's draft class, and they really think that player can be a franchise signal caller for them for the next 10 years, then they need to trade up and go get that player and not just sit and hope that player falls to them at 20th overall. Sitting back and hoping one certain quarterback you really like tumbles down the board to 20th overall doesn't show much conviction at all. If the Steelers do indeed take that path of hoping one certain quarterback falls to them this year, then my opinion is that they should really go another direction as far as positions go and maybe try again in next year's draft at the quarterback position. Let's face it, this year's quarterback class isn't great. And because of that, it's hard to see the Steelers being fine with whatever might be left over for them at 20th overall when it comes to A, B, and C in their quarterback rankings. As much homework as they have done already on this year's draft class, they must have a favorite at this point. Whoever that favorite is, they must do whatever they need to do to ensure they draft them this year if they are indeed dead set on drafting a quarterback at all. A few years ago, the Steelers moved up 10 spots in the first round to draft inside linebacker Devin Bush. While that now appears to have been the wrong decision based on how Bush has played to date, at least they showed conviction when it came to them really wanting him. I would expect them to do the same this year if indeed they decide there's one quarterback in this year's class that is head and shoulders ahead of the rest of them. Be sure to follow us at SteelersDepot.com and check out episodes of The Terrible Take every day at 5 p.m. Eastern Time. And check out The Terrible Podcast with myself and Alex Skazora every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday.